Hello, 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 everybody. Hello. Hi, Robin. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Betty Lloyd Vasquez. Hi. How's everybody doing? I see six people in, but I don't see six names. But anyway, hello to everybody. Thank you for stopping by. Do appreciate it as always. And hopefully, we will have lots of people to join us pretty soon. It is 8:02. I think I was about a minute late trying to get everything taken care of. Um, Trying to get my bottle of wine open, actually. I stuck it in the freezer and I couldn't open it. So it took me a minute to get it open, but I did. I did. So got that all taken care of. And I have Stella Rosa blueberry. First time doing blueberry. And I must admit, it tastes pretty good. I wasn't sure because I hadn't had it. And when I went to get it, they had blueberry, blackberry, and quite a few others. And I couldn't decide if I wanted blueberry or blackberry because I like them both. But I did decide on the blueberries. So, with that being said, that's what I have. And I'm trying to get where you can see my jacket. Yeah, there you go. Always have to make sure you can see my jacket, although I'm not done with it. But anyway, so hi Becky, how you doing? How Hi to everybody out there in Facebook and YouTube land that's watching and that will watch. I do appreciate it. I know that many of you tune in and don't come into the chat, but that's okay. Just always remember you are more than welcome to chime in to anything. If you have a question, if you don't want to be in here all the time, but you have a question, just chime in, ask the question. We'll be more than happy to address it for you. And if you're just watching, laid back and want to watch, that's fine too. We do appreciate it. And of course, all of you that look at the replay, we appreciate that as well. Thank you so much. And I do want to remind everybody early to please give me a thumbs up if this is something that you like. That's very important. Hi, Jenny. How you doing? Thanks for stopping in. As usual, I'm going to wait a few more minutes and then we're going to dive right into the conversation for today. But I have to admit, I owe myself as well as you guys an apology because I didn't get a chance to do what I really had intended to do because I'm not technologically advanced enough to do it. I have I have another screen monitor rather, and I had intended on being able to share a screen to go over and just actually go on to some of the websites that I wanted to talk about. And I could not get the monitor to work. I couldn't get it to throw back and forth. And I must have clicked the wrong button and I couldn't get the thing to even, it said was it the video wouldn't show. I can't remember the exact word, but whatever the video situation is, I have to go into settings some kind of way and do some type of correction because I think I hit the HDR button that set up my laptop for HDR video, which is a higher standard of video, from what I gather. That my laptop, which is running on Windows 11 supports, but the monitor that I have obviously does not support the HDR, so they're not compatible. So the video input is not working or showing or whatever on the monitor, and therefore I could not get it to even show the video anymore. And it was working fine until I started messing with it. The only thing I couldn't do is to get it to share. I would either have it on one screen or the other, or the same thing on both. But I wanted to be able to have one screen showing one thing and one screen showing the other, which I know can happen because where I used to work, that's what I did. I had 3 monitors and I had stuff on all different things on all 3 monitors, and I can move it from here to there and everywhere and all of that good stuff. So I know it's possible, but of course you got an IT department at your but I was able to figure it out. I just can't figure it out on this one. So anyway, I will have to work on that until I get it ready. And then hopefully at some point I will be able to do some type of screen sharing and stuff like that because I did definitely want to actually show the websites. So bear with me. I won't be able to show the website, but I will be able to talk about them. So hopefully that will suffice because I did run across quite a few what I consider to be unique websites. Hi, Pearl. Hi, Marina. Thanks for stopping in. Appreciate it. Let me see, a few more minutes and then I will go ahead and actually get started on the presentation today. And if you didn't hear, I couldn't get my second monitor to share, so I'm not going to be able to visually show the various websites that I had looked up that I had planned on sharing tonight, and not able to get that to work tonight. But anyway, we'll still be okay. And yes, Marina, you spy the camo jacket. If any of you saw my video that I put up Sunday, was it? Saturday, Sunday, one day. I'm working on my camo jacket. I'm working on patches to go on my camo jacket. And I stitched out some more patches today. And I'm just about done with all the patches that I'm going to stitch out. And then I'll figure out what all I'm going to use. And then I got to figure out where I'm going to place them all because I haven't decided. I don't want it to look like a hot mess, but I do want to be able to put the patches on my jacket. And as you can see, I did put 2 on there because I wanted to finish the video showing how to make the patch with the Merrily module from Embrilliance, and also putting it on actually on the jacket itself using the iron-on sealer, and it's real simple. I complicated it a little bit by using that Badge Master from Madeira, and I had not done it before and wanted to try it and realized I didn't really need it because I did not have the expectation initially until after I put it on there that it was actually um, water soluble or whatever. And I'd forgotten that I had done tons of patches before. And when you use twill, you really don't need to use a stabilizer because it's stable enough. So I didn't need the stabilizer. I didn't need to use a cutaway nor use the water soluble, just the twill itself, which is what I did with the last batch of patches that I did. And they stitched out perfectly fine. So the only thing I have to do now is put the iron-on sealer on there, and then I'll be able to actually iron them onto my jacket. And another thing I did try, I thought it would be, and I probably can do it if I got the right heat setting, but I thought maybe using a heat press would make it seal quicker, better, whatever, but the ironing is the best way to do it. So I ended up doing it with the hand iron, and it worked perfectly. Sealed them on there really well, no problem, and I would go forward with that. So I think I have a total of 15 patches that total that I'm going to actually make. Now, will all 15 of them make it onto my jacket? I'm not sure. Don't know. That might be overkill. I don't know. I'm going to place them and see how it looks. And if it looks crazy, then I won't put them all on. But if it looks kind of cool, then I will. So that's how it goes. Hi, Betty. How are you? Oh, did I speak to you already, Betty? I don't know if I did or not. Yeah, I did. Okay. So let's see. It is now 8:12. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with the presentation because there's quite a bit that I did find out. And my thing was, again, like I said, I had actually intended on pulling up websites and everything, but that's not going to happen because I could not get my second screen to show. But I just wanted to show some of the unique, what I consider to be unique websites that you can use or go to look at for embroidery, quilting, sewing, serging, sublimation, rhinestone crafting, all of that. And as usual, like I said, it's always something that happens that prompts me to come up with some type of topic. And last week, I had signed up for this class with Sulky and being sponsored by Urban Thread and Embroidery Library, how to do the rope baskets. I've always wanted to do them. I have all of the material, I have all the ropes, and um, just had never gotten around to it. And I saw a couple of videos and what have you, but again, just had not gotten around to actually doing it. And so when I saw that they were having this little class that they were going to tell you how to do it using fabric in the bottom, how to do it with fabric around the rope, and just various different shapes and so forth, I thought it would be really cool. Wasn't but $20. So I went onto their site and I was just looking around because I really had not gone onto Sophie's site per se, just to kind of explore. And I saw, excuse me, I saw so much on there. So that's one reason why I decided to talk about this particular subject. Because if any of you have not actually gone on to Sulky, Sulky, website, and we all know Sulky Thread, and they have stabilizer. That's the tender touch. They make tender touch. They make the water soluble. They make all kinds of different stabilizers. So we know them for stabilizer. We know them for thread, but I did not know them for all of the other things that they have available. And what stood out most for me with the Sulky website, and I really wanted to show it, is that they have so many useful free classes. They have several classes that they charge for, and the most expensive ones that I found were $19.99. They have some for $5.99 and so forth, but they have several of them that are free. I mean, quite a few of classes that are free. So if you haven't been on the Sulky website to just kind of peruse them and see what they have available, you might want to do that. So that's my first unique website that I wanted to talk about when it came down to looking at unique sites for embroidery. So I'm going to start with embroidery first. And of course, I always try to look and see what the AI or artificial intelligence is going to come up with, to see if they come up with anything more so than what I already know. And they did come up with two or three of them that I wasn't that familiar with. But the other one that I wanted to mention that I am familiar with is smartneedle.com. And this site has unique designs. Of course, all of them are for media download. And they have a large catalog. Now, they also have designs, and their designs are quirky. That's the one thing about them. If you're not familiar with them, they're really kind of out there, a little bit cartoonish. I put it that way, quirky and cartoonish. That's their style. All of their designs that they have fall into that realm, but they have really cute designs, and they're not that expensive. But they also have different notions and fabrics and vinyls and threads that and bobbins that match the threads and a lot of different things that you can also get from Smart Needle. And I get something from them all the time. I haven't bought a lot from them, but I have bought some things. And the first time I ever bought blackboard fabric, and that's fabric, of course, that you can write on with chalk, blackboard fabric, but you can, you know, embroider with it, was from them, and that was way back when I first started embroidering, and which was unique to me because I didn't know you could do that. But like I said, they have a lot of different quirky, unique, cartoonish type of designs. Some of them are specific for children, but most of them are for adults. And they also have a lot of the little candy, which is a good thing for this year and of course this time of the year. And of course, they have Halloween stuff, all of that. They always have something for all the holidays. But they have the designs where you can make the candy holders that have the clear plastic vinyl. So you can put the candy in the inside and they look like bats and they look like cats and they look like what have you, but it's clear and you can put candy inside of. So that's what they're selling right now. They have some rope coasters that they're selling now, and these are designs for rope coasters, rope placemats, and then, like I said, several other things. So that is another site that I find to be very unique, quirky, and different from the run-of-the-mill type of designs that you see similar on most sites. Another one that the AI mentioned, as well as that we mostly are all familiar with, is Urban Threads. Now, if you're familiar with Embroidery Library, then you do know about Urban Thread. I did a little background reading on them as I was looking, and they were established about 20 years ago, 19, 20 years ago. And they started off obviously very small, and they have grown to be Embroidery Library is considered to be one of the number one embroidery design um, distributors, I guess is the best word, sellers of embroidery designs, and practically everybody is familiar with Embroidery Library and how they, always have sales, and they have a sale going on now until the 25th. So if you're interested in anything that you think that they may have that on sale, and I'm trying to remember what's on sale right now. I looked at it just before coming on, and I saw a few things that I wanted to probably catch before the 25th, but they do have their 65% off sale going on right now. But they get a lot of my money. And but anyway, they did Embroidery Library first, and then they did start Urban Thread. So they are sisters. They belong to the same company, Urban Thread, as Embroidery Library, which you know. But Urban Thread is a little different than Embroidery Library as far as their designs. Their designs, I don't think, are the typical run-of-the-mill designs. They have things that I think that are a little bit more um, unique, I guess is the best word because that's what we're talking about. And I have bought several things from Urban Thread as I have from Embroidery Library. Of course, more from Embroidery Library than Urban Thread. But if any of you have seen my um, the two faux leather purses that I did a few months back. One was of the rose design and one had the owl design. Both of those designs came from Urban Thread. And I know when I showed you guys some more stuff that I made when I showed you the purses and things that I had, the in the hoop things is what I talked about. and I had showed you several purses that I made that I got from Disorderly Thread. Well, then I also showed you a couple of them that I made that I got from Urban Thread. So they do have cute little different stuff like that. In the hoop stuff, mug unique mug rugs. I have a design for a mug rug that looks like a tiger. I have a mug rug that looks like a fringed rug. Now, keep in mind, I haven't made them yet. I have the design. And then I have quite a few that I've gotten from Urban Thread as well as from Embroidery Library. So that's another site that you might want to check out. Now, my AI mentioned Sweetly, and I don't think that I got a chance to look them up, but it says that they have unique and high quality machine embroidery designs as well as applique designs. So you might want to check out Sweetly. Um, Another one is Embroiderers, and I've seen that name come up quite a bit. That's a good site. And Embroidery designs, which I've spoken about quite a bit, and I'm sure most of us know. What I like about embroidery designs is that they're multifaceted. If you're looking for a design house that does good digitizing, they do. I've gotten some things digitized by them before. Um, Usually, what I've sent in has run me about $50 for a design. So I think that's a little pricey. I think maybe not, but anyway, I have used them for digitizing, but I've also bought several designs, and they have all kinds of different designs. And the good thing I like about them is that they have a lot of sales on their designs. But they also have projects. They have in the hoop projects, they have sewing projects, they have patterns, they have a lot of stuff. And they also are affiliated with Dime Design. What is it? Design and Machine Embroidery, DIME, Dime. They're all the conglomerate together. So uh, we've talked about Dime quite a bit. So, of course, Dime has a lot of software and the modules that go with their tool shed and the cut and stitch that we talked about. And I did the Diva shirt and the Krabby Diva bag and so forth and so on came from Dime Software, which is affiliated with Embroidery Design. So if you're not familiar with them, check them out. Created Creative Fabrica. Now, I have to admit that I'm not used them, and I know they have a lot of designs for sublimation and for vinyl or PNGs, SVGs, so forth. But they also have embroidery designs. I don't use them mainly because they're overwhelming to me. I signed up for them, but I never used them. It's just too much to go through. I know people that love them because they're it's a membership, and then you get so much every month or whatever, and you get something free every day and all of that kind of stuff. So it is definitely worth looking into and utilize it if that's your thing. But just keep in mind that they are out there and they have tons of stuff to select from. I don't think their embroidery designs are that vast as everything else, as their sublimation, their PNGs and their SVGs. Those things are just humongous, but they do have embroidery as well. So I just saw Carol Calkins. You said Urban Thread is amazing. And hi, AM. Oh, Brenda Hill, how are you? Thanks for stopping by. And Marissa, I don't know if I spoke to you yet. Marina, I think I did. Yeah, I did speak to you. Who else have I not spoken to? I think I spoke to you, Becky. Me too. I have the rope too. Okay. And thanks for stopping in. And hi, Val. How are you doing? And you said you had to change your computer, but don't worry about it. You're back. And Becky, I bought the blackboard also. Have never used it yet. I've not used mine either. I haven't used it. When I bought it, I thought I was going to do it right away, but I never did. But again, I have it, and at some point I will. But yeah, I have that as well. And you say you love dimes, so do I. And we a lot of us use a lot of stuff. And Betty, you said you totally agree with me about creative fabrica. So yeah, I don't know. I guess you're agreeing with me about it being overwhelming. I don't know if that was what you're agreeing to, but like I said, I do know people that love it. But as for me, I tried to use it when I first was introduced to it, and I went on and I joined and I so forth and so on, and I just like, oh my goodness, I don't know how to filter through all of this stuff, and you download this, and I don't do a lot of sublimations and SVGs and stuff like that. So that part was just a lot. And I didn't even know they did embroidery until someone mentioned it. I think Juana from Crafty Puerto Rican was the one that mentioned that they did the embroidery. That's first that I heard about it. And I went back and looked at that, but then I also saw that it wasn't a lot that I was interested in. But again, it is out there available and relatively inexpensive. Now, also Oregon, Oregon, like the state of Oregon, Patchworks, and that's a good. I've heard about them. I've not used them, but I've heard about them, and I think I went on to their site, but I don't remember what I said about it. I didn't write a note, so I guess I didn't say too much about them. But anyway, Bunny cup embroidery is another one that they say have unique designs. Swak, SWAK. I looked them up. They were okay. Nothing that stood out too much, but the AI said that they were unique. Almost Place. I've looked at some of their things. They have some different things on there. Creative Kiwi. Now, creative with a K, Kiwi, Kiwi, Creative Kiwi. Now, I have used their some of their designs. The um, the Gemini and the Taurus are basically the zodiac designs that I got from them, where I did the composition covers. I got that from Creative Kiwi, and I'm trying to think. Did I have? I think I've gotten some other things, but I've seen lots of stuff on there that is unique. They usually every year does a large nutcracker design, and I said I was going to do it. I haven't done it, but said I was going to do it. I didn't buy it yet, so I don't know if I will or not. Another one is Falcon embroidery, Falcon, falcon like the bird. Now, they have to me, their designs are different. They're unique as well. They have a certain flair, and their designs are very, um, um, what's a good word? I don't want to say quirky, but uh, they fit into a certain genre. And a lot of their things, um, they're just not your typical run of the mill, everyday, sweet, cutesy little designs. They're different, and they have a lot of things, and they have a lot of sales. They switched and redid their website and all of that, so I think they kind of repositioned themselves to sell more, because I do notice that they have a lot of sales and stuff. And I looked at them today, I believe it was, or yesterday, and I noticed some more things that I was interested in getting, because when I first discovered them was when I was still living in Florida a couple of years ago. And I bought several things from it. And I thought their things were really cool because they had like this Rubik cube thing, and it's like it's melting, and they have the astronaut coming out, and they have um, I think I bought this heart. I think I bought that from them. But anyway, they do anatomical organs and stuff, but they have flowers and trees and things coming out of them, and they may have the brain, but they have stuff going on in it. So it's different. It's different if you like that kind of stuff, and I do. I like different. So they're not your everyday run of the mill type of type of embroidery site. So that's another one. Royal Presents, and I've used them. They're very, to me, I would say more on the elegant side. They have a lot of really um, intricate pattern type of designs, and they do a lot of borders and corners and florals and uh, stuff like that, that monograms that are very ornate. That's the word. Their things are very ornate. So they do have some things that are not so ornate, but they're different. I bought, I believe it was 2 Halloweens ago, I got some really, I thought really cute, um, different Halloween pattern. I got this one big giant tarantula spider thing that I thought like, okay, and I put it on the back of a shirt where people could see this big ugly spider crawling up somebody's back. I thought it was cute. And then they had this really scary skull, stuff like that that you're not going to see on everybody's site. So they went from the very elegant and ornate to the kind of out there for Halloween. But check them out. Royal Presents, Presents. I don't know if it's presents or presents, but Royal Presents is how I pronounce it. Now I also have down here John Deere, which everybody knows John Deere. And the reason I put him on here is because John Deere has his own flavor of designs. They're very stitch heavy, very, I guess that's the best, stitch heavy, dense, really intricate um, design that he sells. And he has his legacy club. And if you join, they have different levels, and you can get so many free designs every month. When they're not free because you join, but you get so many designs every month based upon the level of membership that you purchase, or you could just buy designs one at a time. He sells them that way as well. I've only bought a freestanding lace from him, which I think is very reasonable. They usually run around $350 a design, and I've bought several freestanding lace designs from his site. But if you're into this big tapestry type, dense, heavy type of designs, then that's something that John Deere is really known for, is what I can tell when I'm looking at his design. So if you ever go onto his site or listen to him or what have you, that's what you're going to see a lot of. And then I believe this is the last one for embroidery that I thought of, is Disorderly Threads. And Disorderly Thread does have its own website, but you can buy all of their designs through Etsy. And the reason I put them on here is because they have, I think, some of the cutest in the hoop little purse, coin purse, or whatever you wanted to what to call it. Um, I got the popcorn, the French fry, the hot dog, the slot machine, the shoe, which is what got me started in the first place, was the cute sneaker. And I just recently bought the hamburger. I have the rose purse I haven't done yet, and I have the corset that I haven't done yet. But if you like those kinds of things, that's what they have, and I think that's all they sell. That's all they design. But they make really, really cute. And Ann say you love their products. They make really, really cute things. Um, make wonderful gifts. They're a little time consuming to make, but they give very good instructions, and I think they make really cute gifts. And it's coming up to the holiday time, especially if you have a um, a younger person that might be interested in carrying it, or even not so much younger. I gave one to my daughter, and she loved it. And I mean, it's just something you can stick your purse in, a lipstick, and maybe a compact and whatever, and go out the door, and maybe your keys or whatever, and you don't have to carry a heavy purse. Put a strap on it and go. So it makes really cute little different um, purse that conversation starters. So those are the websites for embroidery that I looked up. And again, I apologize not being able to show you guys these websites. So I have to let you guys know I am drinking blueberry Stella Rosa wine, not Merlot, not a dry wine. I don't do dry wine, but I like it. I like it a lot. So let's see what I miss. And you say you love Dime. And Robin, you love Creative Kiwi. And Marina, you said you like Dime too, and you purchased some of their software. I just wish I had better understanding of how to use it. I struggle with the computer tech stuff. Now, um, with that, with that being said, Marina and anybody else that is having an issue with Dime software, I did too. I was getting really frustrated because I had gotten several. I think I have at least 3 or 4 of their software. I have the cut and stitch. I have the some. Anyway, I can't even remember, but I think I have at least 4 of their software, and I hadn't used them a lot until I got the cut and stitch, and I actually had the conversation with um, well, I won't say conversation, but a short 30-minute tutorial, which lasts a little longer than that. But and I think I just kind of read more because that's what I wasn't doing. I wasn't really reading their modules and stuff. And I did print out their explanations of their icons. I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with their software. To me, it's not as user friendly as Embrace because I haven't read not one manual or anything. I have seen some videos and what have you, but I haven't read any manual. And I went in there and started using it right away. And what I do need to do is learn the shortcuts and stuff. That's something I haven't put any time into as far as Embrilliant is concerned. But I'm becoming a lot more comfortable with the Dime software. And I think once you get used to what each icon does, then you will be more comfortable with using the Dime product. So that's my recommendation to any of you that are having an issue with them. And then keep in mind they do offer 30-minute tutorials on any of their products for $30. So it's $1 a minute, 30 minutes, $30, and they will go over the product. Now they do have I think it's a weekly tutorial that they do where they go over different modules. And Ashley, those of you that watch the dime stuff, be familiar with Ashley, is usually the teacher. Now, for me, Ashley goes too fast. She just goes too fast. She knows what she's talking about, and she reminds me of my girlfriend in college. That was she was too smart for anybody. She was just super smart. And a lot of times, people that are super smart expect for everybody to be as smart as them. So, because they understand that they teach it as if you do, so they just go, 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 and look at you crazy because you didn't catch on. Like, okay, if you slow down and be quiet and let me soak this in for a second, maybe I will. But if you keep going, I'm not going to do it. Ashley Jones, yeah, and you say you love Ashley Jones. Ashley's Ashley goes a little bit too fast for me. I guess I'm a little bit too slow for her. She knows her stuff. She goes, goes, goes. But for me, she goes a little bit too fast because I need to understand where the I got to find the cursor that she's pointing at first. She go here, do this, click that, here, and I get that. Trust and believe. I've had people try to teach me stuff when I start a new job, and I remember this one job I had, and it was computer intensive. The last two jobs I've had, and like I'm not a desk jockey. I was in sales in the field. I'm not a desk jockey. Not to say I'm new to computers, but I'm not a desk jockey, and I don't sit around in front of a computer all day long. So for you to say click here, click here, click here, click, okay, that's cool for you. And like I had to tell the young lady when she was doing all that stuff and wanted me to write stuff down, I looked at her like, okay, writing this down is not going to solve the problem here. What the only way I'm going to learn how to do this, I got to do it myself. So I need to sit where you're sitting, and you need to be back here where I am and let me do it. Tell me where to click, because once I get that muscle memory in here where I'm clicking here, clicking there, go here, go there. If I do it 2 or 3 times, I got it. But watching you do it like this is not helping me at all. And, and that's kind of how I feel about the way Ashley does her tutorials. And you say you have to replay, and you say I have to replay those to have them stick in your mind, which I agree because I recorded one. And I have to be honest about it. I recorded it so I could look at it, stop it, look at it, stop it, look at it, stop it. And I gotta, okay, where did she say go? Go here. Okay, that's where the now I see the cursor. I didn't see the cursor. So I see what icon she, and all that kind of stuff. Because when she's doing it, she's clicking the icon and moving on before you even see the where the cursor was. So anyway, that's just me rambling about her teaching style. But she is good. She knows her stuff. She definitely knows her stuff. So she is good. Um, and Ann said you love that. And Marina said, what was the last site you mentioned? The very last site I mentioned was Disorderly Thread. Disorderly Thread. That was the last site. If that's the one you're talking about, Marina, if you're trying to write them down. Disorderly Thread. Hi, Carol. How you doing? And you say you're so excited to do larger in the hoop bags with the PR 1055. Yes, you can do larger bags, but I wish they were even larger. But you can do larger bags in the hoop with your 1055. And you had already said that you have to replay it and everything for to catch up with Ashley. So, okay, so the embroidery stuff, what is next? The next thing that I want to talk about, and I see that Jeanette is not on here. She may not come on tonight because I know she's got these big orders that she's working on. She's getting the coins. She is getting the coins, so she's working. She may not have time to stop in. because I did take the time to look up some serger stuff because I know that she's wanting to learn how to use a serger just as I am. And when we go to the expo, is it next week? What is it? Oh, yeah, it's next week. It's next Thursday. Hey, it's almost time to go. Anyway, when we go to the expo next week, she's taking several surgeon classes, and I think she's taking like 4 or 5. I'm only taking one, but because the rest of the hours just didn't work out. But I went and looked at some surgery stuff, and the first thing was the best surgery machines for 2023. Now, what I did notice on here, they talked about surgery machines that were just um, 4 needles or 4 threads, and they will do the job if the job is just to do the basic surgeries. If you want to do a lot of decorative stuff and cute stuff and all that kind of stuff, you have to move up to the much more expensive machines, whereas you're paying 5, 6, $7,000 on up and get the 8 spools. But I have a Celebrate, which is a baby lock Celebrate, which is 4 spools. It's the airlock or airflow. It's the one that does the automatic looper threading and everything, which I love because it is so simple to thread it. Because I know when I was talking to my cousin, which majored in home economics, and she, has a serger, knows how to use a serger and all of that, and I never did. And sewing machine, yes. Serger, no. She said, well, the hardest thing about serging is threading the serger. So naturally, since I had the airflow or had bought the airflow, that is not an issue for me. So um, the best serger machines that this particular article talks about are Brothers, Singers, and Juki, but they're all four thread machines, and they all seem to be um, pretty much alike. So I'm not going to go through the machines unless you guys want me to. So if you do, just say please go through it. If not, I won't take the time to go through all of the names of these machines. Um, I'm a brother person. I and it depends upon how much money you want to spend. Because the other thing that I noticed on these machines, the prices were very reasonable. They were within the $500 or less category, which um, probably it didn't get them the airflow, but it does get them a good um, surgeon machine. My machine, my serger, the Celebrate, Brother Celebrate, um, I paid $1,000 for it. So, and it's supposed to be a $2,500 machine. So I thought I had done something big until I went to that surgeon class and found out all these other people were in there with those 8 thread surgeon machine that cost them $5,000 and $6,000, and my little baby thing looked like okay, but it did the job. It couldn't do all of the cutesy little stuff that the instructor wanted to do, show them how to do. But she said I'll do a workaround, which she did, and I was able to do the class as well. But it will do the basic. It will do what is necessary in order to do some, make clothes or finish clothes, and that's what I got it for finishing mostly. I wasn't even aware that you could actually make clothes from beginning to end with a serger. Let you know how much I know about a serger, but you can. And so I definitely want to learn how to use a serger and do much more for a serger with a serger. And it basically says that the serger machine speeds up the progress while you're working on fabric. And it makes things much quicker than a regular sewing machine and eliminates a lot of unnecessary cutting. And because you're using their high-powered knifing system. And so that's pretty much what it's saying. So it does, if you sew a lot, and those of you that do, then you probably are already comfortable and familiar with the surgery. And yes, and it's celebrate, like celebrate, and it is a baby lock. Yes, celebrate, baby lock, and it is a um, 4 thread airflow surgery machine, which does allow you to make the threading of it very easy, because I got it, opened it up out the box, looked at a video of someone thread. The lady was very good at her instructions, and I was able to thread it immediately and test it out, and everything was fine. So it's not hard. And Carol, you said you find tension harder to figure out than threading on the serger. Okay. Are you saying you find tension harder to figure out when threading on a serger, or the opposite? Um, because the Celebrate that I have comes with a booklet, a manual, and it has a chart that comes with it that kind of tells you what what put the tension on and everything, depending upon what type of stitching you want to do or what you're stitching on. And so that hopefully eliminates that situation. I've not used it that much, so I'm not nowhere near an expert or anything, but it is what I have found to be comfortable. Hi, Jeanette. I just finished talking about you, girl. I didn't think you were going to be able to come on because I know you've been busy with all them orders, making all the cheddar. You getting them coins. So I didn't think you were going to come on. And because I was talking about surgeons, and I know that you're going to be doing all those surgeon classes. And I had looked up surgers to see, and I know you already have a couple of surgeon machine. You said your ears were ringing, that's why you popped on, probably. But I just said I looked up surgeons because I wanted to mention that to as part of my conversation, and I was talking about the surgery that I have, which is the Baby Lock Celebrate. But I also was talking about the fact that the 4 thread surgery is kind of like your what they consider your beginning surgery versus the more expensive and more fancier surgeries and more that can do more things and with the eight thread. But we're going to learn how to use our sergers, and we're going to start making stuff with our sergers. And you can definitely make clothes and sew and do things much better with a serger, according to my research. And Jeanette, you said you're exhausted feeling those. I know you are, girl. I know you are. That's why I wasn't expecting you tonight. But thank you for stopping by anyway. And hi, Kristen. How you doing? And you said during my keeping up with the influencers stage, I bought a brother's serger, and I have only cut it on once. I don't have any idea how to use it. Um, well, I'm not the one to ask because I am not a serger person, but I definitely intend to learn. Now, Jeanette has a airflow as well. She has the Brother 1034 DX and the Airflow 3000. And my Baby Lock Celebrate is a airflow. So the airflow, as I was mentioning, is the one that allows you to do the threading, that you can thread your serger so much easier. And Carol, you say you have more issues with tension. Threading is not very hard for me. Okay, so I'm assuming you're still talking about the serger. So again, like I said, with the serger that I have, the tension should not be an issue if I follow the chart that came with it that tells you what setting to put it on depending upon what you're trying to do. And so, but as I was talking earlier, and I don't know if you were on here when I mentioned Sulky, because that's one of the first embroidery sites that I mentioned. They have a couple of, at least two, maybe three, surging. And Jeanette, you might be interested in this as well. Sulky.com has a lot of tutorials on there and classes and stuff. Some of them, a lot of them are free. And of course, they have some that are not. Their surging classes are not free. They're 19.99, I think, and I think they have at least two or three. But they sound like they're similar to the ones that you're going to be taking. You and I are going to be taking at the expo next week, and it goes over the basics of serging and using your serger machine and so forth and so on. So I will recommend, Carol, that you and who else was that not familiar with the serger, that Kristen, maybe you want to check out sulky.com and see if their surging classes can help you out. I don't know, they might be able to. Now, before I get off of Surger, I just want to mention I looked up a couple of other sites. One is called Reviewed, REVIEWED, and I think it's Reviewed USA, because that's what I looked up. And it talked again about the five best surgery machines, and they for 2023, and how they chose the five machines. And some of their machines were different, but they all still again were the 4 needle machines, because they were talking about beginner, for people that are beginning. And so you might be interested in that. The other one that I was also interested in, that was impressive to me, was Teach You to Sew. Teach You to Sew. SEW. Teach You to Sew. And this site compiled a list of popular and effective sergers to help you narrow down your options before making a purchase. But over and above that, what stood out for me when I went on the site and looked at it, they had numerous helpful tutorials in all areas: sewing, pattern making, serger, quilting, embroidery. They they just ran the gamut. So that might be a site that you want to check out. Um, Teach You to Sew. I recommend checking that out. I'm sure you'll find something on that site that you can use and get some good information from. Because I was impressed with what I saw on that particular site. I looked it up because the AI pulled it up for sergers, but when I went on there, I saw that it was more than just sergers, because again, it's sewing, embroidery, quilting, serging, um, pattern making, adjusting patterns, all of those kinds of things. So very, very, very useful. Check that out. And what was the other one? All Free Sewing. These are sites I think that I looked up. This one had free patterns, free patterns. It came up under just the sewing aspect of it, and most of the ones that I looked up talked about patterns that you can get for free. Now, I do know how to sew, but I don't sew. I need to get back into sewing, because the more I look up stuff about sewing and patterns and stuff, the more I start saying, oh, I need to start doing that again. That was fun. And All Free Sewing, I went onto their site, and it does offer thousands of free sewing patterns. And they have a wide variety of sewing patterns to choose from, including dresses, baby patterns, bags, home decor, holiday patterns, and more. The only thing that I found that was very frustrating to me with this particular site, it was so inundated with ads and advertisement and pop-ups and all of that. It just kind of I didn't like the site. After I all of that, you kind of hard to get to where you want to get to with all of this clutter. I don't like clutter. I like to go on a site and see what I want to see. But I was able to pull up things and I saw that they had patterns and what have you that's free. Now, whether or not they're something that you want to use, I don't know, but you might want to check them out. Also, Mood Society, Sewciety, Mood Society, Sewciety, and it offers about 300 plus free sewing patterns, and they have a wide range of ready-made and editable designs. Now, if any of you are, as I am, a Project Runway fan, I've been watching Project Runway, I think, ever since it came on I think I just finished watching season 20. So 20 seasons ago, I've watched Project Runway All Star, all of that kind of stuff. I've watched it for years. Well, anyway, Mood is their store that they frequent. They go to Mood, and Mood, Mood, Mood Society is a branch of Mood Fabrics that offers the free sewing patterns. And I think that was it for what I found on sewing. I didn't want to leave out people that just do plain crafting because I don't. I don't have time. I can't fit it in. But I did go and look and I found one site that I thought was interesting that people that are interested in doing stuff outside of, the what we normally talk about on here, but just crafting in general. And this is Fave Crafts, F as in Frank, AVE Crafts, CRAFTS. Fave Crafts is your home for all things quick and crafty. They add new projects and tips every day, and with thousands of free craft projects, home decor ideas, knitting and crochet patterns, and more. So, if anybody is craving more crafting ideas, or I know there's some people on here that crochet and some people that knit and what have you. If you're not familiar with this site, you might want to check it out. Now I'm seeing somebody say something about happy early birthday. So who is having a birthday? Um, Becky, y'all make sure to party hard on the 29th at the expo. That's my birthday party. Okay, Becky. Well, again, like everybody else says, happy early birthday. And we will have to sing happy birthday to you. Now, Jeanette, I'm sure you were still on the last time we talked about going to the expo, and somebody mentioned right at the end, which I thought was an excellent idea, is that we do a live while we're there. So I'm planning on pulling up my phone to do a live, um, so we can bring people in, and I will definitely let people know when and where and how, if I'm able to accomplish that, and maybe be able to sing happy birthday, as you said, to Becky on the 29th. The 29th is Friday. Oh yeah, we're supposed to get together on Friday. Girl, yeah, we're gonna party on Friday, so we will be singing happy birthday to you. So we'll probably turn on the phone, do a live, have you check in, so all of us that are there, that's together when we get ready to go out or whatever, will be able to sing happy birthday to you, Becky. So watch out for that. Hopefully we can do that. Hey, Andrea, did you get a chance to pop in tonight? And thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much for the super sticker. Super sticker. Thank you. I appreciate it. So my girlfriend hopped in tonight. I guess she got a little break. She's been busy, busy. Um, so let me see, where did I go? Pearl. I have a 5-thread computerized serger that is at least 10 years old, and as a seamstress over the years, it takes getting to know your machine and what it can do, and you're still learning things on yours, and you've had yours for 10 years. So that encourages me. Jeanette, we got a ways to go then. And Becky, you said cool and things. So we'll keep you posted. Um, oh, and Pearl, you say you love that show. I guess you're talking about Project Runway. I do too. I watch Project Runway every time it comes on. I make it my business. I miss oh gosh, what's the guy? What's the gentleman name? The older guy. I miss him. I know Kristen Sariana does the mentoring now, and he's okay. He's cool, but I really liked my other guy because I guess he did it so long. And I don't necessarily miss Heidi Klum, but I miss the guy. Can't remember his name right now. I'm having a blank. And Carol said, time to make dinner. Thanks again for all the useful information. Well, good night, Carol. See you next time. You take care. Appreciate it. And talk like a parrot all day, I guess you're saying. Useful information. Um, so that's it for the crafting, if anybody's interested in fave crafts. So now let's move on to quilting. And Robin, are you still here? So that's your babe. And you may be familiar with this particular site. I went to two. One was Shabby Fabrics, and I looked at them, and they looked like they had some really cool fabric that you could people can use fabrics and beadings and stuff like that. And it says this site offers quality quilt fabrics and supply from the best manufacturers and brands. They also have a diverse array of seasonal fabrics for Christmas, Halloween, Easter, and other occasions, called Shabby Fabric. And of course, it's not just for quilters, it's for all of us to use if we're interested in it. So, okay, you're still here. Good. Um, So the one that I did want to bring out, and I don't know if you're familiar with this site, but it's called Scissor Tail Quilting. Scissors, like a pair of scissors, scissor tail quilting. And it said this site offers over 40 websites where you can find free downloadable quilt patterns. Now, I became interested in it because of what it offers. The first thing I wrote down is that it has a quilt block library. And I would imagine if you are a quilter and you can find a website, which I'm sure there are many out there, that has a library of quilting blocks for quilting or quilt blocks, that would be great. They, of course, talk about quilting notions. But what really got me really going was how to bind a quilt. I don't know how to do binding, and I don't do quilting, but I do little blankets and stuff, and you still got to do the binding. And I can't do the miter corners and all that stuff. I'm not good at that at all. And when it says how to bind a quilt, tutorials and resources, I was like, okay, that's where I need to look. And it also has where you can convert fabric measurements for your binding and everything, and then interactive binding calculator. So all of that stuff for binding just kind of like, okay, this is a site that I want to check into because I those are areas that I feel like it could be helpful to me. And Becky, I'm not going to drink a margarita, but everybody else that can do tequila can help themselves. I can't do tequila anymore, but I will. I don't know what I'm going to drink, but uh, Jeanette, you're gonna laugh. I got my flask today. I got my flask. So I will have a flask next week. I don't know what's going to be in the flask, but there will be a flask. I got it today. Hi Leslie, how you doing? And you say I'm bound. What is it? I've bound so many quilts, no measurements. Okay, so see, you are a quilt expert. You're a quilting expert. I am not. And Robin said, I'm getting better at binding with the miter corners. See, that's what kills me. And I used to do miter corners without an issue. But I lost that skill, and now that miter corner thing just drives me to drink. And I've looked at all kinds of videos on YouTube and stuff, and for some reason the brain does not work to get that together. I got to figure out how to do that. I need to see somebody up close, hands on, like I was talking about working on the computer, where you sitting right there with me, showing me how to do it. And no, that's not right. Do it this way. No, do it that way. No, do it that way. That's what I need, because trust and believe, um, I need that. And yes, Jeanette, my intention is to bring it. Hopefully, I will not walk off and leave it. I got it today, and I'm going to bling it up, and it should be all cute and everything. And um, I'm hoping I'm not going to walk off and leave it. I even checked it to make sure it doesn't leak. So, because I've read about people putting stuff in their flask and it leaks and all that kind of stuff. I checked it. I filled it up with water and screwed it down and shook it and turned it up and all that stuff. Make sure it's leak proof. So I should be ready. Now, like I said, I don't know what's going to be in it. Haven't figured that yet. But there will be a flask. And I'm not going to have it for our class that we're taking together on Friday, because I think that's going to be a little bit too early in the morning. Hi, Brenda. How you doing? Welcome. And you said, thanks for all the embroidery site resources. I'm checking some of them out now. Oh, perfect. Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm thankful that those things are useful to you guys. And Jeanette, you say, I carry mine every day in my purse. You never know. Oh, girl, you crazy. If an emergency happens, you need a drink. Mhm. Well, I don't think I'm going to put wine in mine, because I like my, well, who knows? It might be wine. I don't know. I do have some other spirits here. So, again, I don't know what I'm going to put in there. But there will be something in there. That much I know. And Becky, you said you knew Jeanette would. I know. I think we all know Jeanette by now. So that's all I have for the quilting. Now, I didn't want to leave anybody out, so I still have sublimation and rhinestone. Um, Let me see, did I miss anything on this page here? Um, no. So, sublimation, which I don't do a lot of anymore, but we're all aware of Heat Press Nation, or HPN, Pro World, Conde, Conde, which is Ditran. I use them. I have used Heat Press Nation, Pro World, but I use Conde the most. Conde, um, and I found out today when I was doing my research that Conde has a sublimation university, and but it's a membership $47 a month, but they have a 10% discount, so it's $37 a month now. Now, that's for anybody that feels the need for that and interested in it. That's not something that I'm interested in doing. It may be something that I would be interested in at some point down the line, but right now, since I don't supplement a lot, don't intend to right at this moment, I'm not going to do it. But they do have a full-fledged university for sublimation where you can learn everything. Now, I did purchase a book that they wrote, which is probably the same information that they're going to talk about in their classes, that talks about any and everything that sublimation from the beginning to up to now and how to do this, that, and the other. Haven't finished reading. Well, of course, I haven't finished reading, but I've gone through it a little bit. But so those three, He Press Nation, in all of these places, you can buy anything that you need for sublimation. You can buy your equipment, you can buy your supplies, your and you can buy blanks. Also, the AI came up with Vexel, V as in Victor, X as in X-ray, ELS, Vexels, and they offer both free and paid versions of sublimation designs. It also includes a t-shirt maker for creating custom designs. I did not look them up, so I don't know exactly what that is. And then there is design bundle sublimation designs, and I look at them on YouTube every once in a while. A massive resource showcasing the work of design firms and independent designers. It offers both free and paid designs. Design design designish the designish. I can't pronounce this word. D is in D is in dog. E is an Edward. S is in Sam. IGNIOUS. And they said this site is best for lifetime license. So that might be a site that people might want to look up if you're in business and you're getting designs and you want to sell and you want to be able to sell as many as you want to without an issue. I know most designers, especially when it's embroidery, would tell you you can only, do it for a certain amount or what have you. But this it says best for lifetime license, so you might want to look that up. The next one is So Fontsy sublimation files and best for font based designs. So Fontsy, F as in Frank, ONT as in Tom, S as in Sam, Y. So Fontsy sublimation files. And then the other one is Shutterstock, best for customized designs, but they're just trying to sell their stuff. So those are the sites that I and the AI brought up for sublimation. And again, like I said, I don't sublimate a lot. There's a lot of websites on YouTube that talk about sublimation and what have you, but I don't know if they actually sell or do anything free. And the last one that I have is for rhinestones. Now, I love rhinestones. I don't do a lot, but I do love rhinestones. And I I just want to remind everybody while I'm thinking about it, if you all can give me a thumbs up, I do appreciate it. It is very important. So I put the banner up there before I forget about it. Put the banner up there. If you can give me a thumbs up, want to make sure that we take care of the business part. Now, rhinestones. One of them that the AI came up is Wonderful DIY. And this site provides 15 cool crafts for rhinestone addicts. It includes projects like rhinestone laptops, camera strap, Converse shoes, braided rhinestone necklaces, headbands, curtains, candle holders, and iPhone cases. So you got rhinestones on everything. And I know people will rhinestone their Cricut machines, their sewing machines, their everything. I've seen rhinestones on everything that it's nailed down, not nailed down. Of course, Etsy has a wide range of rhinestone projects and supply. People do sell self-adhesive rhinestones, and they also sell rhinestone appliques and templates you can get off of Etsy. And Sunme or Sunme is how I'm going to pronounce it. It could be pronounced differently, but let me spell it. S as in Sam, UN as in Nancy, M as in Mary, E as in Edward, I, SUNMEI button. This site offers 6 cute and colorful rhinestone craft ideas. Now, I went on that site and I looked, and they have an no, it's not. You can become a flat back rhinestone wholesaler through them, and I think it's the acrylic and plastic flat back wholesale sellers. Not interested in that, just in case somebody else is. But what I did find, it did talk about the difference between rhinestones, what they are, flat back rhinestone versus hot fix versus the claws versus the sew-ons and so forth and so on. So it explained all the different types of rhinestones and Swarovski rhinestones, which are crystals, and they're man-made crystals because you put lead. What did they say? Lead with glass creates crystal, and it depends upon how much lead is added to the glass determines the quality of the crystal, and that's why Swarovski crystal rhinestones cost more because they're actually crystals and not glass. Most of the regular everyday rhinestones that we purchase are actually glass rhinestones, but they do have plastic, they do have acrylic rhinestones. The more you pay for your rhinestone, obviously, the better the quality and the shine and the cut and all that stuff. It's kind of like a diamond. And they said the dictionary says it's just fake diamonds uh, that they use for cheap jewelry. Uh, what is cubus zirconium then? Fake rhinestone. Anyway, I don't know, but that's rhinestones. And then also, what I'm familiar with is the Rhinestone World or TRW, and they do everything from they sell rhinestones, they do a YouTube page that teaches you about how to do the rhinestone. They have a rhinestone software that you can use to do all the create your own templates and all that kind of stuff. And I think the guy is on, I don't know if he's on every day, but he looks like he's on all the time. And I think he's in Missouri. I don't know. But he talks a lot too. He talks a lot and he talks fast and he moves around. I try to watch him, but I can't. I tried, but I just can't. Um, Moves around too fast for me. And when I found out that he uses his own software and the software is very expensive, that kind of turned me off because I'm not buying your software. So all of the stuff that you're talking about in teaching has to do with that software. So it's not really helping me a lot. And so, but anyway, the Rhinestone World, my file addiction is a good place to buy ready-made rhinestone templates. And I have bought, uh, well, not templates. You have to download it, put it into my design center at Cricut or either um, the Cameo Studio. Forgot what is that called? Design Studio Business Edition to get it ready in order where you can send it to the cut machine and cut it out on the fly. If you guys do rhinestone, then you know what I'm talking about. You have to download the design into one of those softwares that can turn the design, convert it as to the point where you can actually cut it out with your cutting machine. That's what I'm trying to say. And that's the kind of files that they have. Texas Rhinestone, however, is they have ready-made templates. They have a whole catalog of different templates that are already ready, and they will do custom. And you just pick out what you want, and they send you the template, and you just press it on, and you got it. You don't have to do all the other work. Now, back to my file edition, they will also do customized orders as well. So they just create them, and you pay extra for the creation. Um, be createful. Be createful. One word. BECREATEFUL. Be createful. Sell rhinestones, and that's where I got all of my rhinestones from. Because when I first learned about rhinestones from Eve at the baby's booty, that's where she was getting her rhinestones from, and who she was promoting, Be Createful, as well as My Foul Addiction. So that's how I got involved with those two sites. But now, as we know, the baby's booty sells rhinestones. So she does retail with her rhinestones. And the baby's booty does tutorials. Be Createful does tutorials as well. So those are the rhinestone places if you're interested in getting rhinestones, learning about rhinestones, and learning how to do your templates and all that kind of stuff. I know Eve does rhinestones almost exclusively as far as her Sunday lives are, and she does show you how to do various projects. And the other day I think she did a comparison of three different types of cutting machines and how they work, and which is the fastest. I didn't see the whole video, but she said there is a winner. Don't know who the winner is, which one was the winner. Didn't matter to me because I got a Cricut, and that's all I'm gonna get. Now, those of you that have the Brother Scanning Cut, can you do can you do rhinestone? Will they cut out rhinestones? Templates? I don't know. I've not heard anybody say. I I don't know. I don't know what their software does, or either you. I don't know. Probably so if you do it in the software and then send it to the scanning cut. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. That's a question that I'm asking. Hi, Karen Cole. Hi, Karen. You're joining from North Florida. Karen, if I'm not mistaken, no, you're not the. Are you the one that I spoke to earlier today? I know, Karen, you've been on and off my on and off my site, so you're not maybe not the person that I spoke to today on a comment, but that's okay. I do remember seeing your name, so thank you for joining. And Margot, thank you for stopping in. And somebody said happy anniversary to Margot. Margot said she had a nice day because today is her 36th wedding anniversary. Well, congratulations and bless your heart. That is so wonderful. Congratulations and many, many, many more. And I'm glad you had a really nice day. I hope you got a nice gift and you got taken out to dinner and all of the other stuff that goes along with having a wonderful anniversary. Um, and Ann, you said yes, the Brother Scanning Cut does do rhinestones. Okay, I thought it should. It should. It's a cutting machine. but I just don't see people talking about using the scan and cut. Karen, not you this morning, but yes, about the cutting of the right. Okay. Yeah, after I start talking to you, then I realized that you're not the person because the other person name, I think her last name started with an H. So, yeah. But I do know that we have talked, you've commented on my videos before. So, I'm familiar with you and your name and everything. So, thanks for stopping in. Um, so that is uh, what I have for all of the unique sites, websites. I hope I gave you some information about some places that you've not looked at before. That was the whole idea of trying to see places that were outside of our regular norm that we always go to all the time, because I know there are certain sites that people use all the time, which is nothing wrong with that. If you're familiar with that site and you're comfortable with how they digitize their designs and everything stitch out well, and that's what you use, then that makes sense because that's how I feel about Embroidery Library. I'm very comfortable with them. Another one that I did not mention is designed by Juju. And the reason I didn't mention it basically it wasn't on my list is because I think most of us use design by Juju, but I think she has some unique things as well. And she definitely changes things up. And if I'm not mistaken, I bought, actually, Andrea and I bought um, Christmas tree skirts from her that we have made yet. We're going to have to make them. We are going to have to make them. It is time. We got them last, it wasn't even last Christmas, Christmas before. You know, Andrea, we didn't get them last year. We got them Christmas before last. So this will be the second Christmas coming up, and we haven't done them skirts yet. So it's time that we do those skirts. So we got to get together and do those Christmas skirts, Christmas tree skirts. And I'm pretty sure we didn't get them last year. Maybe we did. I don't know, but I know it's been a minute. We've had them a minute. Okay, and you're getting ready to say good night. Thank you for stopping in. You have a wonderful night. I will see you next week. And yes, we're going to have as much fun as we can at the expo, and we'll let you know when we go live so you can try to tune in. Um, Oh, Robin, you say you have a tree skirt as well. I haven't made my tree skirt, and when I got it, I really intended to do that, but I didn't. And Jenny said there are so many more. Yes, there are so many more because I know when you guys and share those that you know that you're aware of, because every time we talk about websites and stuff, somebody's always mentioning something that that I'm not aware of. So I know there are a lot of different and websites, and like I said, the main thing that I wanted to point out were unique sites, different sites, stuff that have things that are not they're outside of the norm. They're not the cutesy little things, you know, that you get for the babies, or you get the monograms and you get the the roses and all that kind of stuff. These things are kind of quirky and out there and different, that you might have a customer that has a different idea of what they want. They don't want the everyday stuff. Like I don't want the everyday stuff all the time. I do like to have different stuff. That's why I kind of look at different websites and see who's doing what that's a little different than what the regular everyday person does. You can get beautiful designs from lots of places, but a lot of times the themes of them are so similar. And that's what I was trying to steer away from, and steer us in a different direction to check those out, to, as I like to say, broaden your horizon. And Karen, you said, what did you say? You're working on a design by Juju Scarecrow, and you have her tree skirt too from last year, but never attempted to make it. Maybe we need to do that. Maybe we need to do that as a group project. Who knows? I don't know if that would work or not, but maybe that's what we need to do, since there's several of us that have the tree skirts, but we haven't done them yet. It's a lot. It's a lot. I know, um, Robin, you said we do. We should maybe do that. When I think I'm gonna. Karen, you said let's do it. I'm gonna have to see, and it would be, we would have to do this on a day outside of our norm wind down Tuesday, so we don't interfere with that. But I'm open to do that. I just have to figure out how to set up. If I ever get this other doggone monitor thing working, and of course I'll have to do a double. I might not have to do two cameras. I might not have to think about that. I have to think about how I can set this up where it's going to work, where we can do it together and figure that out, so we can kind of help each other out. I know, believe it or not, Andrea and I have done several projects. Robin, you said do a Zoom. Well, the Zoom and the Zoom and the Streamyard do the same thing. Well, not really, because you guys can't see me on StreamYard. So a Zoom is what we have to do so we can see each other. You're right. We'll have to do a Zoom so we can see each other. And I'll have to see how we can work that out, where I can position and maneuver myself in my area, and where we can see what we're doing and all of that kind of stuff. I know the most important thing is to have everything cut out when we get ready to do it. To have everything cut out, and then go from that process. Because the cutting out part takes 55,000 years for me. And Jeanette, you say you can do it in StreamYard. That's right. I thought I was right. Thank you, Jeanette, for getting the cobwebs out my brain, because I can bring you all in on StreamYard. I can bring you all. I can bring up to 10. I think it's up to 10 people, where I can visually see you guys at the same time, and you guys can see me and each other. So it can be done on StreamYard. I was thinking it could be done on StreamYard, because it does the same thing that Zoom does. So thanks for reminding me of that, Jeanette. You just have to send out the invite link. Yeah, right. Okay. So I will work on that. And Karen said, how about in the AM, like 9 or 10? That will depend upon who all wants to do it and what time everybody is available. And Karen, you said, I've been wanting to do the scarecrow, but haven't done it. Becky is coming out so cute. The raffia is very messy. Okay, for the scarecrow. I haven't done the scarecrow. And Jeanette, I did that for the Christmas exchange show and tell. Okay, good. And Marissa, you said I missed it. What we doing? Okay, what we were talking about is that several of us have bought Christmas tree skirt designs from Design by Juju. Don't have to be the same design, but they're just a tree skirt, and we got them from Design by Juju. And we haven't done them yet, and we've had them at least a year. We haven't done them yet. So we were talking about getting together and at least start working on. Of course we're not going to be able to finish it at one session, but we can, have set up a series of sessions until we get them done. And what I was about to say was that Andrew and I have done several projects just via the phone. We haven't even looked at each other. We just did it talking on the phone. So it definitely can be done with StreamYard where we can see each other and see where everybody is and who's doing this and who's doing that and all that kind of stuff. And then Robin said, now of course I'm going to need more fabric. Yes. So of course I'm not going to plan that. This is going to have to be at least next month, at least not before next month. And I'm leaning towards the latter part of next month or right after Halloween. That might be the best time. I don't know. It depends upon everybody else's schedule. And the reason I'm saying that is because one, I want to make sure I get everything set up. And two, I need to make sure that I get the pattern, the design out, get all the material I need, and get everything cut out. All of us are going to have all of our fabric and everything cut out, all of our notions, all of our whatever it is, thread, whatever we're going to do. So when we do start, we're ready. And then hit the play button and then we'll get started and we'll schedule it to do an hour each Zoom time, which is not a lot of time. Now for me, since I'm retired, I can go 2 hours. That's not going to be a problem for me because, to be perfectly honest about it, it's not a lot you can get done in an hour when you have several people talking and asking questions and where are you? What are you doing? What did you? So forth and so on, which happens when you got groups of people trying to do the same thing at the same time. To stay. And some people are faster than others. I'm not going to be probably as fast as other people. I don't know. But we shall see how that's going to go. And then schedule the next and schedule the next and schedule the next until we get it done. And hopefully have everything done and completed by Christmas so we can put it on our tree. Now, I normally put my tree up right after Thanksgiving. So that would be the whole entire month of November that we will have. And again, it depends on everybody's schedule and all of that. So we'll work it out. And then Robin, you say you're not fast. I'm not fast either. So um, and then Becky, you said I have already bought the material for the skirt. Just need to make myself get busy. See, I haven't done that. And Karen, you said designed by Juju now have 3 or 4 patterns of the tree skirt. Yeah, she had at least 2 when we bought them. One was the nativity, and one was more of the Christmas presents and so forth and so on. So I don't know what all she has now. And Karen, you said, Shirley, that sweater is very pretty on you. I love the color. Well, thank you. It's actually it looks more to me it looks more blue on the screen, but it's more of a greenish blue, kind of in the teal turquoise family. But thank you very much. I appreciate it. Um, and Marissa, I would like to join depending on the time. Yeah, all of any and everybody that wants to join once we finalize the plan and come up with a time that's going to work for everybody. And I know you can't please everybody, so it might be somebody that can't accommodate a particular time, but the majority of people will try to come up with a time that's going to work for the majority. And Robin, you say she has a cute gingerbread one there. Okay, I don't know if I've seen the gingerbread one, but the one that I have, actually, I think I have 2. I think I have the nativity and I have the more Christmassy one. So I have 2, the nativity and the Christmas one, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. I got to find them first, and then I'll make up my mind which one I'm going to do. Then I'll get the material. So I am going to start on that Well, I don't want, what's the day? Today is Tuesday. I'm going to look for the designs and all of that kind of stuff before the week is out. So I'll get that part out the way. So next week, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, out of town. So the live is Tuesday. I might not be able to get fabric until next Sunday. I might go looking for stuff on Sunday. Yeah. But anyway, I should know by the time we get back from the expo. Then, okay, I'll tell you what. The next live, which is Tuesday the 26th, is when we need to start talking about what times would work best for everybody. So let's do that. That way we can get all of our ducks in a row. We might be able to start before November, which would be great if people have time. And that'll give us plenty of time to get done and all of that by the time we're ready to start setting up our trees. Because if I do it and it comes out cute, I might want to use it. If it comes out a hot mess, then I won't, obviously. But, and I still have other projects and stuff that I need to do because I still got to make videos to put on my channel, and I got to do the Tuesday night live and all that kind of stuff. And some of you guys may be working, I don't know. So again, we have to figure out a time that's going to work best. Now, I do know somebody said the morning, who was that? Karen, you said 9 to 10, 9 or 10 in the morning works for you. I don't know who all else would be available for morning time. I don't know if afternoon or evening time will work for the majority of people. We just need to think about that and throw that out next week. So don't forget about it. We're going to talk about a time frame to get together to start working on these Christmas tree skirts. And if you guys that don't have a Christmas tree skirt and want to join the fun, we can do that too. Now, Robin, you said I don't work, but I'm about 5 quilt along right now, and anytime is good for me. And Jeanette, you said do a poll. Okay, that works. Now, I'll do that next week. I can do a poll on my channel on the community page, but y'all don't go to the community page. I can see that that doesn't happen. And Karen, you said whenever, of course, what is best time for the most you can come. Okay, well, that's good to know. And the reason I said that you all don't come to my community page is because I made the announcement. I put the fireworks up and I did the whole 9 yards for the drum roll, everything for the name of this community that we talked about last week. And I told you I was gonna sleep on it, and then I was gonna put that information on the community page on my channel on Monday. I believe it was Sunday or Monday. But anyway, I put it up, and I didn't see anybody that had gone on that community page. There were no comments. There was nothing. So I don't guess anybody saw it. But since nobody really knows because you didn't see it, and I don't think Bill is on here unless he's watching and just didn't come into the thing. He had me cracking up and dying. And Jeanette, you weren't on here last week, but you missed it. We were talking about the names for the community, and I did a poll, and there was people voted, and it was split votes, and um, came up with several suggestions, and I decided to sleep on it. And one of the suggestions was social society. It was going to be social stitchers and so to society. So to society. are social stitchers. And social society was winning. Social stitchers was number two. And somebody came up with, I think it was Leslie. I don't know if Leslie's on here tonight, but I think it was her last week made a suggestion of putting social, and this is SEWCIAL for social, and then society together. That way, it doesn't exclude people that don't do, well, the rationale, it doesn't exclude people that don't do embroidery and stuff, is all inclusive. And yes, it was you, Leslie. Okay, I remember that. Hey. So I told you I wanted to sleep on it, but remember when Bill said he didn't think social society was a good idea because it sounded too much like social security and made us sound old. I cracked up because I said, when I look at my analyticals and it tells me, it breaks it down in gender and age group and geographical location and all that kind of stuff, it puts down there the age range. And the age range for our group is 55 on up. So I told myself, well, we are old. But anyway, drum roll. I decided on social society. And I didn't do, and then Karen, I wish you had, or somebody had said this last week, the social uh, society and SEWCIETY, because that's what I would have chosen. But I can't do that now because I decided that the name will be the Social Society Crew. Yay! We will be known as the Social Society Crew. You're as old as you feel. No, no, because there are days I feel like I'm 99 years old. So, again, the name is, you like that name? Good. So let me write it on here. I'm going to put it on a banner. I'm going to put it on a banner. Let me see. If I can. So I have the banner going across, the Social Society Crew. That is our name. That is our name. I must join your community page. So all you have to do is go into community. When you go onto the channel, up at the top line, where you'll see a bunch of writing, one of it says community, and just click on community. You don't have to join anything, it's just a tab. You just click it, and there it is, and then I can put all kinds of stuff in there. For it's kind of like me um, talking to you guys when I'm not doing a live or anything like that. I can leave messages and stuff and what have you for everybody to see. But the Social Society Crew, and the reason is I got my domain and set up my website and all that kind of stuff with my domain site is Social Society. So I can't change the spelling. I thought about that today, and I said, "Dadgummit, I should have done it the way that you spelled it, Karen." But I didn't think about it at the time. But the Social Society crew is who we are. So, yay! And Jenny, I love that Social Society crew. I'm glad that you like it. So that's who we will be called going on. And at some point, hopefully not too much longer, I'll be able to get some um, personalized badges and icons and stuff like that for the channel and for the live and all of that stuff, where you guys can see and make it more fun. But that's what we're calling ourselves going forward, is the Social Society crew. And so that's how we're going to represent. Hey, there you go. Like Eve had the well, she has the hoop group. So we're the Social Society crew. And I know we had talked about something that had the word hoop in it, and I liked a lot of the several of the suggestions that were made and what have you, but I didn't want anything to look like it was copying off of anything that she had. So that's why I had to rethink on everything. Okay, let's do something different. And so that's why I didn't use any of the initial suggestions that were made. Not that they weren't good, it's just that I just wanted to be different and not fall into looking like somebody else. We're unique. We are unique. So we have to look unique and be unique. And I like the name. It sounds good. It rolls off your tongue really well. So that is our name. So I wanted to make sure that that was presented tonight, because I know that it was supposed to be done last week, and we did the vote, and I couldn't make up my mind. After Bill came out of nowhere with that, that just tickled me so bad. I said, Lord, let me think about this for a minute. But I don't mind being called that old word, the letter O word. I prefer not to. I'm mature, but don't call me elderly. We talked about that last week. Don't go that route. But when he mentioned about people think we old, that just cracked me up. It sounds too much like Social Security. I could, I could just hear his voice in my head when it just tickled me. But Leslie, thank you so much. I give you credit for it, everybody. Leslie was the one that came up with that. She put it all together, took this part and that part and put it together, sliced it from here, sliced it from there, and put it together. That's what it takes. More takes more heads sometimes to get things rolling, to come up with good idea. But I think that was a really good idea. So based upon that, don't forget to give me a thumbs up, everybody. Thumbs up. All of you that are out there watching and you're not in here, if you like that name, give me a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Need that thumbs up. Always need the thumbs up. That's very important. It helps the channel to grow, and that is the goal. Um, that's the other thing. Good announcement was, as I had mentioned, I believe back in June, July, probably July, a couple of months ago, when I first mentioned to you guys about the membership, and you can join, and the super chats and super stickers and all that kind of stuff like that, that I had gotten partially eligible for partial monetization. Well, I am happy to announce that I am 100% monetized. So that means I have met all of YouTube's criteria, every one of them. So now I'm able to get a penny or two from advertising. Is that what it says? When they advertise on my channel, now they pay. In the past, they advertised on the channel and didn't pay. Now they advertise on the channel and pay. So that part is good. Not that they pay a lot, but they do pay. But the more views I get, the more likes I get, the more subscribers I get, then the opportunity for them to pay more comes about. So I am now 100% monetized. So I am grateful and thankful for that. That was a long road and struggle, but I was determined not to give up, that was my goal and that it was achievable, and I have achieved it. So I'm very happy and thankful, and I have only you guys to thank. And as I mentioned last week, uh, when we talked about what motivates you and how to set goals and so forth, and you make the small goals and then you reach for that and another goal and so forth. And I mentioned that my small goal now is to get 2,000 subscribers. That's my goal. I haven't made it yet, but I'm working there. Well, thank you for the super sticker, Robin. I appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, God, you guys just don't know how much I appreciate the support. Thank you so much. I do appreciate it. But again, as I was saying, my goal is to get that 2,000 subscribers. And when I get that one, then I have another goal and another and another as I grow. But right now, my goal is to get up to 2,000. And when I get the 2,000, there will be a giveaway. I'm going to have a raffle type of giveaway situation when I hit 2,000 subscribers. I haven't figured out how that's going to work yet. I have to talk to those people that have done it ahead of me because they know how. I don't. But as a thank you for reaching that particular goal, there will be a giveaway. And as I grow and achieve the incremental goals, then the giveaways will become greater and greater. And at some point, you have companies and businesses that will donate nice gifts, like you get mighty hoops and big stuff that people donate and stuff for you to do for your giveaways and stuff. So I know people are giving away uh, cricket cricket makers and heat presses and all that kind of stuff. They doing the do getting nice, being able to do nice giveaways and stuff. So I ain't going there yet, but it will be something that people can use and will appreciate. It's not going to be anything junky because I don't do junky. It'll be something nice, but there will be a giveaway when I reach the 2,000 mark. So as soon as that goal is reached, I'll let you guys know because I'm steady reaching for the stars every day. Every day I'm reaching for the stars and I can't get there without you guys. So that's why I tell you all the time how much I appreciate you guys and how much I enjoy doing what I do. And so do not forget to have in your mind what times that you will be available and are interested in doing the sew along, I guess is what I'll call it, the sew along. And I'm going to put it, so don't forget, go to my community page on my channel. Community page on my channel. All you have to do is go on the channel like you're looking at a video and you'll see different categories that you can select. And one of the category is community. Click on community. That will take you to the community page. And on that community page is where I will put, I'm going to put a poll on there prior to Tuesday. But don't worry about it. If you don't see it, you don't go there, you haven't missed out. But I'm going to get it started because I want to know if you're available morning, afternoon or after 5, if I put it that way. And then we'll move on from that level on Tuesday to see what times will work and also how many people are interested in it. So I know on Streamyard I can do up to 10 on Streamyard. And so we shall see how that works and go from there. But we're going to go ahead and do the Sew Along Christmas tree skirt project. And we'll also discuss when we actually want to get started. So we'll have a time frame on the start and stop and how long we're going to do it. We're going to do it for an hour each time or 2 hours each time, and then go from there. And Jenny, you said, thank you for your informative live show. Have a great evening till next week. Good night, Miss Shirley and everyone. So good night, Jenny. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. And we have come up on the 10 o'clock hour. And so that's been 2 hours. I think we've had a good show. We've talked about a lot of stuff. I've covered a lot of stuff. And got the new name. We got some thumbs up going out here, I'm sure. And we next week and talk about the Sew Along. And this is going to next week, Tuesday the 26th, will be the last live that we'll have before the expo. So we will be getting ready to get out of here for the expo. So I'm going to bid all of you adieu and say good night. And you guys have a wonderful rest of your week. I will talk to you later. Don't forget to go to my community page and don't forget to give a thumbs up. Appreciate it. Good night, everybody. Take care.